Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the weekend edition of Idea Studio. This is our live from Bangkok live stream. I am Jib.
Huh?
Wait. I am Dana.
I'm Jib.
Get confused about that sometimes.
No, cannot. If we cannot fit the S size.
This is true. Jib and I are on the exact opposite spectrum of clothing. She has to buy essentially kids' clothes, and I have to get mine custom made.
It was like a Western size, maybe, kid.
We were joking earlier about, because I want to get like some more bucket hats to wear, but my head is 64 centimeters. And
62.
so 62 or 64?
62.
62 centimeters, which puts me on the very large end of things. And Jib's head is incredibly tiny,
62.
so the 10 centimeter difference between our head circumference. So, like, we can never share hats. Never. Not possible. So it's been a long weekend. Lots to talk about with you guys. I know that usually we do the mornings on Sundays, Saturday evening, Bangkok time, Saturday evening, U.S. time. But Jib had to go to the palace today. We'll talk about that.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll talk about some of the other cool stuff that went down this week. The CanX Asia event, our interview for our next documentary, as well as a few other things. But I think I'm going to jump into the... I see that Chris is letting us know right away where both mics are at a good level, so we're up to the right start. So we're going to jump into the chat real quick. I see Hefe with the first comment that at least I have in the history here. Rightly identifying pizza and me being the #1 ranked pizza YouTuber, even more so than Dave Portnoy. Just don't tell Dave I said that. He'll come for me. Everyone knows Dave said, people get whacked in the pizza game. I don't want that happening. Well, Caleb, 1 a.m., man. Just, man up, stay up late.
Oh.
That's how we do it. Is asking Dana for wardrobe change option, a backwards ball cap looks tech. We could go backwards, I guess. We could get... it still gets a little bit too much shine there. I don't know. We'll go with it for a minute.
Huh? Hi, Joe.
Hey, Joe, what's going on? Yo, Mojo. You guys are our one and only patron so far. Joe, thank you for supporting Idea Studio as much as you do, brother. Greatly appreciated. Twiggy, Dan and Jib, how hot is it over there? It's about 38 C under the shade out. Oh, my God.
I
What
think
is-
about the same.
We're about 38 today. It felt like the other day I was driving my motorcycle to a meeting, and it was so hot that my eyes were drying out while I was riding. Like, it was just, and it was humid out still. It was just so hot. Like, my eyes, like, they moistened up as soon as I stopped, but they just felt dry. Like, oh, it was getting to me. So these couple months are always rough. When I was at Rolling Loud, I think it hit 40 a few times. With the blacktop, that definitely makes for a difficult day. With the heat just releasing and radiating back up at you. Indeed, the like button shall be smashed. Thank you, Chris. Yorma, what's going on? West Coast. How's things out in Hollywood, my friend? Yorma's Dana hunting again. Oh, he already found me.
Funny.
I've got, babe, could you grab the picture that Yorma gave us, the flyer? So this is, Yorma gave me, if you guys saw his Bangpocalypse Now video, Yorma was going around with a flyer, throwback to an old skate video, and he was asking, have you seen this guy? Have you seen him? And so Jib was so kind as to frame it for me and mount it with the black background. So this will get hung up in the studio as a nice YouTube memory.
We just put red Fanta.
Yeah, we made one photo, or Jib made a joke where she put red Fanta, and what was it, Kagai? Oh, yeah, there's like a little snack and some red Fanta in front of it, sort of like, like a spirit house. But, yeah, that will be a little YouTube memory hang up in the studio. I think it's nice. Seth, what's going on in OKC, my friend? Or Oklahoma. I don't necessarily know Oklahoma City. Like The gas and the soda is getting to me. Oh, had a biopsy. What on, Joe? What'd you have biopsied? Organ, some skin. If you're still sore, I'm assuming it's pretty deep. Cody, what's going on, my man? How's things? It's happening. It's all happening. Where's the overturned ball cap? Overturned ball cap. Now, I flipped it for you for a minute. Don't worry, Soy. Just a little bit too much shine coming out from the underside there. A little bit too much forehead in the video. I actually just had to put the whole studio back together. We had we brought the 120 centimeter light dome and everything else with us to do our interview with Dr. Sumit Jumsai, the architect of the
Chomsai.
Chomsai. In English, it's spelled with a J, nah? And all his academic work with a J. Jumsai.
It's Romanized.
True. But anyway, what an interesting guy. We got to interview him. He's super, we had lunch with him and his wife. Super, just great guy. Very interesting. Very traveled, worldly. Incredible artist. Speaks French as well. Lived in Paris for years. Gave us a fantastic interview about that building, about the process. And his wife has been super helpful with connecting us with other people who were involved in that project as well. And, obviously just so grateful for the time that she's put into helping us make this documentary. It's really amazing. Oh, Chef Bing, yeah, he's got probably the best New York style pizza in Bangkok, Cody, for sure. Bing's a great dude too. I've talked to him a few times. We go back and forth on Instagram quite a bit. I keep telling Jib we got to get over there to have lunch because he does do a small New York style. So Jib doesn't have to order a full-size pizza. But yeah, definitely, I would say Pizza Mania hands down for delivery just because of their logistics operation. But best New York style, definitely Bing's. But my personal favorite, still Paula, by far, by far. You could definitely do a one bite, everyone knows the rules Thailand edition. Yeah. I definitely could. I could, one bite, everyone knows the Thai rules. Bangkok rules, pizza reviews.
What is that?
I think it'd be, because I can't eat cheese, it'd be a very disappointing pizza review for most people. I'd have to get Jib to do it. So it'd be Jib would be eating a slice of cheese pizza everywhere we go.
I can, I don't know, for me, unlikely that I would say it's not a good food.
What about the booth up by Drink Auntie? The booth, the pizza, not even pizza.
Eatable. It's like bread.
If you
don't call it pizza, it's a bread.
If you called it pizza and you had to rate it on a scale of 1 to 10, where does it sit?
It might be 3.
3. Whole number, amateur score. Anyone who knows the one bites knows you gotta do a decimal. 3-1, 2-9.
Oh.
Dave takes the pizza game seriously.
No.
Nice. Yeah, gotta frame the memories. Kidney biopsy had high protein, 5,000, Joe. Babe, you see this?
What if 5,000?
Protein. Blood protein. And they biopsied his kidneys. Hopefully it's okay, Joe. Elder Pa. Great photo. Great profile pic. Dana needs to eat more pickled fish sauce. FA sent me this video of a guy making a joke about the dual pricing, and he went to this national park. He's like, can I get in with the Thai price? And the guy's like, no, foreigner price. He's like, but I eat pickled fish samtam all day long. Does that make me Thai enough? And the guy got that the guard got that it was a joke, and I was laughing with him. He's like, oh yeah, I eat. They're like, really? You eat that? He's like, all day, every day. It's all I eat. Had he said samtam puplara, they might have let him in.
So he said, he asked at the Where they pay for ticket or at a restaurant?
At where they pay for tickets.
Oh, that's okay.
He's just joking with them, just joking.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you talk about restaurant.
No. He was saying that he eats the pickled fish sometimes, so he feels like he's Thai. He speaks like fluent Thai.
Oh, okay.
So like he's saying it in Thai and like kind of like joking.
So they
the way-
know.
Yeah, they know. It's a joke. Yeah, 150K on Ghost Tower, man. It blows me away. I'm so blown away by that. Really, really phenomenal response to the video. Thank you to all you guys. Because all you guys sharing it and like watching it, commenting, liking it. I mean, it makes the biggest difference in the world. And to have a video I spent 9 months on be my highest performing video. And like I talked about, like I was so... When you put this much time into a video, you sort of get in your own head, especially when you had been publishing more frequently. And I was really worried, like, you know...
If it's just 500.
Yeah, like 500 views or like 50 views. Like no one watches it. And, you know, I was so like nervous about that. And my desk here is a bit messy, so Jib's knocking empty bottles over. That shouldn't be there. But yeah, I was so nervous, and so to see the response, I'm blown away and humbled. Thank you so much. Hey Poe, what's going on, man? How's Michigan life? Cold? Wants to know how many skeletons uncovered so far during the building touching up. None that I know of, but we'll see what happens. I got some footage of... I talked about, I think last week, the footage of the bolts ripped off. Really sad. Where are we? Bing, I heard... oh my God, Vesuvius. Vesuvius not bad. It's just really doughy. Like ingredients wise, Vesuvius very fresh. Crust, they got zero crisp on Vesuvius. Might as well be eating a loaf of bread. Zero crisp on Vesuvius, man. Come on, don't come in here with that. No, Bing's is like the legit. If you think Mania has good crisp, Bing's crisp is paper thin, like a cracker. It's like perfection.
Good,
And he has the pepperoni you like, the cupped pepperoni, cup and char. Poe likes the design. Oh, thanks, man. That's one of Jib's teacher's designs. Gold ink, which he actually gave us permission to print one of his gold designs, but I don't think that Teespring can match the color with actual gold. So probably wait for something else from him.
Have to wait for like whatever is color design.
Yeah, whatever he does next, hopefully it has some color, not just gold. Joe watched it 25,000 times. I appreciate that, Joe.
Thank you, Joe.
Very much appreciated. Michigan's down the 30s is like 0 degrees, babe.
Oh.
30s in freedom units.
Cold.
So he's talking freedom units here. So 0 degrees C.
So if you want iced coffee, you just make coffee and put it outside.
It might freeze before you get back to it.
You get it.
Put it outside, it might go frozen before you get back to it.
What if it's hot coffee?
There used to be a place on Mount Washington, a weather observation office, I think, and they would boil water, and they would film themselves doing this. They would boil water in the cabin, open the door, and with two hands, like just throw the water into the air, the boiling water, and it turns to snow.
Like a video like that.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, nice.
Yeah.
But I don't want to be there.
So boiling water turns right to snow because it's minus 40
Yeah, I don't want to be there.
and windy.
It's nice to look at it, but
Yeah.
no.
Are you gonna put some of Jib's art on T-shirts and eventually? Like that's.
But not all those because it's big.
Yeah.
And like to shrink it to fit T-shirt, it won't look good.
It's got to be like a T-shirt specific design, and with Jib's got a big project. Maybe we'll talk about like your focus for next year.
What project?
Your one project that you're gonna focus on next year.
There are gonna be many for sure. I don't think you will let me do just one thing.
Oh, I thought you had like one main project, one
Yeah.
goal.
I know, but that will be like with other thing too.
So what is that? What's the goal and what's the project?
So the head of the teacher like talked to me when I decided to continue the second year. So he said I should go to art competition. It's called Bua Luang. It's like just for Thai, of course. But and like this category is like a Thai traditional art, like very traditional, like you see in a temple, that style. Like he said, I should go for it. It's like, huh? Really?
So next year's focus.
Yeah, because like I research about it, like try to see like statistic, like what size get win. You know, what size is like 2 by 1.5 meters.
So it's gonna be massive.
Yeah, I don't know if I can work here because how can I move it to school?
Yeah.
Like,
And I don't even know where we could, like, what would we do after the competition with it?
Well, if I'm lucky, like one of the 3 winner, they will keep that art, and I will get money.
Oh, let's hope.
Yeah,
Well,
the rest is like they will return.
One thing that Dr. Sumet did say when we met him, first thing he said to me when I walked into his house to do this interview, he looks at me dead in the eye and he says, "Wow, you have an amazing beard."
Are you sure?
That's exactly what he said to exactly what he said to me. Exactly what he said to me. I said, "Thank you, thank you so much."
Da.
But yeah, such a cool, humble, intelligent guy.
Yeah.
Ooh, 81 degrees in Florida.
Is it hot?
No, it's like high 20s, low 30s.
Oh.
29
Good.
to 31, somewhere like that. Oh, the snow water into snow in Fairbanks. Hefe seen 1 kilo packs of snow wash up on the beach in Florida. Oh, Dave Portnoy must have been around doing pizza reviews. You understand the joke, babe? Snow, white powder,
Yeah,
and
I don't think that's no.
1 kilo packs.
Yeah.
Informer. Say hello to my little friend. No, Jib have to do a 10 by 25 meter for it to be traditional art.
I think that's the temple.
10 by
actually.
25.
So 10 is like a 3-story building. Yeah.
Some of the temples
with the high,
are, yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Like Wat Sutan, yeah, very
Chai.
high for the ceiling.
25.
And 25 is like, if it's like 5 meter, no, it's gonna be like.
No, 10
thought
by
you said
20
10.
maybe, 10 by 21. Yeah, it could be something like that. But
I'm not gonna do that. It's too crazy.
yeah, you need a whole team to do that,
Yeah.
for sure. Like, to do something like that scale, you definitely need a whole team. Lost 2 kilos on the beach.
So you mean your weight, right, Joe? You walk and you lose your weight.
You lost weight, some weight. Weight from something.
I try to make it nice.
It's nice. It's nice. So yeah, that was so that was Friday was the interview, and then was that
Yeah, Friday.
Friday. So Thursday,
I
Friday,
have
Saturday.
rehearsal.
Thursday
Friday.
was the first legal 420 the first 420 in Thailand where cannabis was legal, and so there was this big 3-day event thrown on by CanX Asia over at M Quartier, which was like a big kind of shit show last minute. That the mall said, okay, we know we said the whole thing could be on the 5th floor, and the event's tomorrow, but no fun on the 5th floor. So anything fun has to move to the 9th floor, to Flamenco, where they end up having the pro wrestling, Jib's favorite form of theater, pro wrestling, and then the boy Wade did a concert, and then they were forced them to cancel a bunch of the Def Jam artists as well that were supposed to perform. So all music moved upstairs and all entertainment moved upstairs, but the entire event was downstairs. Still seemed like a good event. You know, packed out, Way and Action Jay Jackson, they still had they still
Imagine
got to do
if
this
we
show.
sing on the 5th floor.
They would have packed that entire floor.
Yeah, it would look better.
Exactly. Way's, I would argue Way is top 10, probably top 5 most popular hip hop artists in Thailand. So, you think that's accurate? Top 5? I would argue most popular hip hop artist in Thailand right now is probably Millie, for sure.
I don't really listen to hip hop.
But I would say like for popularity wise, definitely Millie. Keone, what's going on, brother? Aloha. And then everyone like overall like these other people fall in there. But I would say like on a long term popularity scale would be Way definitely up there. Where Millie is much more new. You got people flooding the chat. Yo, Dave, what's going on? But yeah, the fact that they moved Way and they moved wrestling upstairs. Like I said, if Way was on the 5th floor, that entire garden would have been packed, for sure. But ultimately, great event. They had a tattoo artist that we booked there through All Day Tattoo. I ended up getting a little bit of ink, a little kitty cat on my leg, little kitty cat that was stoned. They were just doing flash. They had a bunch of stuff out. And, hey, pick this one. Remind me of the event, and it was a good deal.
So if you go to every event, you're going to have something on you?
Maybe.
Not enough space.
End up with, have to put on more weight to gain more space. Not funny, Mai?
No.
E.T. Travel Freely, what's going on? Happy Sangran, yeah, last week. It was a good time. Did you do anything for Sangran, E.T.? A lot of bears.
Koala bear.
Weed legal in Thailand and Snoop hasn't visited a brand. I don't know if he's been before. I don't know if Snoop's visited since it was legal. But he's definitely, he did a song with Titanium years ago. They did a song together. And I think down in Phuket they recorded it. They did the video and everything. Let's see where we at with the comments. Hey guys, just a quick drop in. Hey Kobus, what's going on? Thanks for popping in. Much appreciated. Everyone is saying hey. Keep saying hey to each other. Appreciate it. Word of the day, edible. Chris got to have a little edible action while he was in Thailand. Little strong edible at that.
Is it strong?
I think it was 20 milligrams. So yeah.
Well, at least it's not 20 from Eric.
Yeah. Eric, who doesn't know decimal places. For sure. I can't believe you got a tat of a cat smoking a bong. Gangster. Yo, it was the coolest piece of flash. They had a bunch of flash that was okay. It was a bit on the nose, like the weed leaves and like 420s and stuff like that. And I saw this cat with the bamboo bong, and I was like, all right, that's it. I'm doing it. And I'll put it on my legs. I don't have any ink on my legs yet. And I picked a spot. It's on the inside of my leg because of the way it like sort of snuggled into my calf muscle. I thought made the cat look kind of cozy. And just black and gray. They're new school guys, so they wanted to color it in, pack it. But I was like, I don't have any color, so just black and gray. And he was like, all right, no problem. He did it up. It looks great. Having a good time eating beef rendang. Nice. Spicy, E.T.? How spicy? I think beef rendang's supposed to be super spicy, if I'm not mistaken. Chai, I think it's like somtam spicy.
Oh my, I'll pay it.
Chat pet mark. Learn to make your own edibles, people. Yes, we all should. Snoop will do a verse on anyone's track for $50K. Yeah, I think, is that his rate? I would imagine he's more expensive than that. I heard at Rollin' Loud, Cardi B said something about like $200K for a verse.
Whoa.
Like 200K US, 6 million baht. Yeah. And I was like, I'm not sure her verses are worth that. Whereas with Snoop, I think 50K is a worthwhile investment. He dropped some good verses. Not that I'm hating on Cardi B. I thought her show was great. She brought good energy to the stage, but lyrically, you know, WAP isn't the most technical of songs.
Maybe she's not your style.
Yeah, true. That's why he's on like 5,000. So, hey, you got to get paid, man. You know, but he's got that Martha Stewart money now, so maybe not doing as many. Joey Diaz and 2,000 milligrams Star of Death has entered the chat. Yo, I heard Joey Diaz, he rocks around with like THC popcorn that's like 100 milligrams a handful or something.
Huh?
Yeah, like Joey Diaz is a comedian from the U.S., babe. Very, very funny guy, but like loves edibles.
Is that
Loves
how
edibles.
he can be funny?
No, I think he's funny because he's funny, but he does love edibles.
Oh, okay.
And he's like known for like just insane amounts of like very high dosage edibles.
Okay.
20 milligrams is huge. 100 milligrams not uncommon here on West Coast, gray market. So Maganj, she's not in the chat today, but Maganj used to get 1,000 milligram brownies out west, and I remember him sending me a photo from Mexico of like he's got 1,000 milligram brownie next to I think a 2,000 milligram brownie, and they were the same size. So insane dosages, but he's also got a tolerance of ungodly proportions. I mean, the man he has a massive weed leaf tattooed on his chest. He lives that. He's about that life. Beef rendang's not spicy. Oh, but very high on fat. Well, fat is flavor. I thought it was spicy. What am I thinking of then, E.T.? 50K and a bag of weed. Yeah, for Snoop Dogg. Yeah, probably the bag of weed makes the bigger difference than the 50K. If Cardi's getting 200, I'm sure, yeah, Snoop's got to. I mean, also, I don't know that Cardi's getting 200. I know that's what she said. You know, if anyone's actually paying for that, I don't know. To be fair, Snoop does a lot of free stuff too. He's been really good with up and comers here and people I know. Oh, nice. Nice. Yeah, Snoop's pretty dope. I mean, he's like a great grandfather of hip hop at this point.
Is he that old?
I think he's 60.
Oh, okay.
And he does a cooking show with Martha Stewart, or like a home show with Martha Stewart. And he was just in WrestleMania, I think. Dropping the people's elbow on The Miz. At least that's the meme I see going around. So, pretty great guy. Snoop don't work for free. I want to get a tat on my calf of a rooster on fire so I can tell. I think you want to be able to say your cock is below your knees, Joe. Is that what it is? We were discussing that. Keone told me that joke at the event. Did you see who won the contest? Who won the Cannabis Cup contest, Keone? Is that what you're asking? Cody said, I'm really upset at myself now for not going to Rolling Loud. It isn't normally the type of music I listen to, but missed out on free tickets I could have got. Oh. Yeah, well, for free tickets I would have gone for sure. The heat was just brutal. I have a lot of friends who just went and said they couldn't deal with the heat because it was just so intense the entire time. That would be good to hear. We break those brownies up into quarters. Still a quarter, man, of 1,000 or 2,000 milligrams. God, that's insane. He has done a lot of good stuff with indigenous artists here. I see where you're coming from. You'll appear on any kind of TV commercial for cat. Yeah, but I mean, if they were throwing Snoop Dogg money at me, I'd appear on any type of commercial as well. American rappers have a short shelf life. They shouldn't be buying any green bananas. Snoop is, a lot of people from that era are still around, man, still relevant. Like Snoop, Dre, Chuck D. They might not all be rapping like as much, but they're all still relevant in the game. I think that's important. It's always what I heard on the streets. On the streets, cannabis comp. Yeah, I did see the winners get announced. I forget the name. It was one of the Thai guys though that had a farm. And I guess it was like unanimous. Like the guy who won the cannabis cup, both like the public judges and the judges both voted for his strand outright. Snoop is 9 years younger than me now. Oh, damn. I love when I make brownies. I gave my neighbor one. He told me he couldn't walk, but no pain.
Oh, I wish you were my neighbor.
You want those brownies?
Some might have.
Yeah, but still random tests at school. After next year.
Not soon.
Yeah.
The test was just COVID.
Oh, no. I thought they were doing the drug test at school.
Not for now. Maybe when the school open again.
And you said no. Yeah, but it's in your system for like 30 days, but. And you said there's no, even though it's legal, it's not allowed at the palace, right?
Correct.
Yeah. Pattaya Sangran was crazy. Yeah, no doubt, man. It's Pattaya. Of course, every day is crazy in Pattaya. Sangran's going to be out of this world.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
They have one lai.
What's that?
It's like a Songkran, but move on the way, on the road from district to district. So that's why it's 19.
Oh, okay. Yes. Pattaya was just wild.
After main Songkran, they start one lai.
I didn't go anywhere in Pattaya. Like the 3 days I was there for Rolling Loud, it was just like Rolling Loud, back to the hotel, shower, sleep, wake up the next day, do it again. So like 3 days in a row, just walking all day on my feet. It felt like, it's funny because like I'd get home at night. I was in so much pain. I would just take Tylenol and drink a ton of water and electrolytes. Shower. I was in so much pain, it was hard to go to the bathroom. And that was like, I couldn't even get the bum gun. I was like, oh. I'd crawl into the bed, pass out, wake up the next morning feeling better, right back at it, get to work, and just keep cranking along. Had to step out for a second. If that guy was impressed by the beard, think by the Brazilian, no. He wouldn't see the Brazilian. Nice, I've been medicated. Hey, Cobus, man, thank you for hanging out, dude. Much appreciated. Get some rest. Hopefully you feel better.
Take care.
Coolio just OD'd on Fenta. Did he? I thought he had a heart attack. Was it an OD, really? What makes a award-winning bud? So I think there's a number of things, Thomas, that they were checking, like highest THC levels, highest CBD levels, and then there was like the individual qualities that people were judging, like the flavor, the smell, the jar appeal, as well as the inebriation that came with it, with its consumption. And like, was it, a head high, a body high? How'd you feel from it? Like, these are the things that were being judged.
Hi.
Very, very rigorous. Very rigorous. Joe says it's all about the butter. You need the butter to activate it, Joe. Hey, man, how's it going? From the UK. Nice. Thank you for popping in. Craig uses ghee. Can't burn the ghee, right? No lactate, no solids in it. I have to go to Pattaya next month to pick up a friend of mine. He wanted to visit our place up in the country. To be honest, I'm not looking forward to driving there. Yeah, when you pass through, let me know, Keone. If I'm free, I'll take the ride down with you. And you can drop me in Bangkok on the way back. We'll stop for lunch. The post-smoke weed flop is very important.
What's that?
It's like after you smoke, like when they're judging it, like the crash out. I don't want to get squirted in Pattaya. Oh God. Yeah, no, I'm not a fan. I passed through when we did the Route 3 tour, and then coming back from Rayong, we grabbed lunch there. because it just happened to be like lunchtime when Sit and I were coming back, and it was like in town, and Sit really wanted to have burgers, and there's a Prime Burger there. So I was like, yeah, we'll stop at Prime Burger and try it. And he loved it, absolutely loved it. I heard someone in Bangkok was possessed by an owl. What?
Huh?
What's this owl situation you're talking about, Joe? Someone possessed by an owl. I feel like I should know more about this topic, but I know nothing. I know nothing. So Jib had rehearsal today at the Palace. What was rehearsal like, babe?
Like we go to the place that we're gonna get a certificate from the princess.
Mm-hmm.
And we just like, okay, sit at a seat that like they have the name on.
Yeah.
And like go by the order of the day.
Okay.
And they like a teacher read like whatever they have to read before to read the name and by the order of student. That's all.
Is it so easy to do it?
Easy. This will be my fourth time.
Yeah. And when you got through, so you're at the Palace, you're going through the rehearsal process for graduation. You did this just a year ago as well.
Yes.
Right? So like it's kind of fresh in your memory. And you've got to do like all these different bows and kneeling.
Yeah,
And
this time like have to knee like down to the floor.
And there's a limited amount of people who can do it?
Yes. Now, this year they limit the number, like not more than 20 per school. So it's smaller even.
Wow. So then hopefully you'll be through quicker.
Like not more than half an hour for everything. But we have to arrive early to check for
sure.
COVID, and then stand by at the seat.
Forever until she arrives.
Yeah, something like that.
And then when she leaves, you can leave.
Yes.
So Craig says Thai sativas have THV, and unlike sativas of it, really. So what's THV? I don't know the difference. Ask who. Owl possession. That's not a hoot. Hoot. It's like who. Never mind. So possessed by owl. Is it? So was it a Hooters joke? Did someone get stuck at Hooters?
Okay.
I don't know. Joe's talking about
Is
stuff
that-
I'm unaware of. What's going on, Joe? People. So is Hooters related? I don't know. You've been to Hooters before, right, babe?
Yeah, once.
In Bangkok.
Or twice, yes.
And did you actually eat food there?
I think it's fried.
Was it okay?
Or chicken.
Yeah, I think they're known for chicken wings.
Yeah,
Was it any good?
it's okay.
I don't think people go to Hooters in Bangkok for the food. If we're being honest.
I think people go there for something else.
Yes.
Not to eat.
Correct. Hooters around the world, the food is horrible. Right? But Hooters in Bangkok, I just don't think anyone cares.
They just would like to see the waitress.
Something like that. Make arrangements for later. But yeah, I think they closed the one on Soy 15. I think they moved it further down, closer to Nana.
Then better location.
Because the one we went to was on Soy 15 for the weigh-ins.
Okay.
It was probably the only time people went to a Hooters to see guys in their underwear. Right? I mean, like that's just a fact. Like that's not something people normally go to Hooters for.
Should I get like part-time job there?
You'll never see guys in their underwear there again. I promise you. Do you remember? It wasn't the same Hooters weigh-in, but do you remember the weigh-ins with the guys from Iran and Mossad? Mossad, yeah, big guy. And they called him for weigh-ins, and he got up at his table and starts to take his pants off, and his coach was like, no, stop. And Jim was like, no, go ahead. He just like, they're like, no, you already weighed in. This is just for show. You don't have to take your clothes off. He's like, okay. Oh, it was a joke. So I would say who. Okay, I got it. Some people just like to eat barn mice Not 100% of a single owl possession. People go to Hooters for the bull riding. They don't have that in Bangkok. I think they have that in Pattaya though.
They will write something else. Not
Yeah, yeah. And in Bangkok, they're riding something else. Does Hooters BKK sell raw shrimp? No, definitely not.
I don't think so.
You can probably get something raw there, but not shrimp.
Oh, maybe นั่นไงไอ้กุ้งแช่น้ำปลาน่ะ
My is a joke. THV very up buzzy and visual tracers. Oh, THV. Oh, interesting. Hooters and BKK. Yeah, there's 3 of them in Bangkok now.
ป่ะ
I've been to the
3?
first Hooters in Clearwater, Florida. Oh, Clearwater. Is that where? Do you guys remember the Hooters Hooters used to have their own airline? And I don't even think they serve chicken wings. It was like I saw like a video about it. It was like really weird. Like they had Hooters girls on the flights, but they weren't the flight attendants because they weren't FAA certified flight attendants. It was really bizarre type of business. Is it branded in Church of Hooterology? Anyone catch Garcia Davis? I saw the replay. I didn't actually see the fight though. You Mazamian, way better. Just don't tell anyone. Yeah, so what Jib and Dana made me eat raw shrimp for the first time when we hung out. Did we make you eat it? Or did we just like slightly apply peer pressure and you caved and ate it on your own?
Do you like it?
I mean, I think that's the distinction there, Yorma, that we need to flush out. Like, did we force it on you? No. Were we trying to be highly suggestive that you should eat
Encourage
it?
you to eat it.
And did we encourage you and to film a short for the content? Maybe. I don't even think I've seen that short drop yet. So, like, are you just like you still traumatized? You can't edit the video. It was good though, right? Especially with that sauce. I think that's the key is the sauce, right? But the one that you ate in Sumaprakon, that's shrimp and garlic. It's a little different. Yeah. Seth says, I've never been to Hooters. Maybe we'll do Hooters meetup someday. Yeah, you probably shouldn't start going to Hooters. It's not worth it. Much better places to meet up. Hooters airline wife might think that is a little bit sus, right? But yeah, no, it was a real thing. I think like the early 2000s, man. Yeah, that's true. I have video proof. Let me review. I don't know, man. I wouldn't do it again. No one said you had to do it again. You just had to do it the first time. I think it's good. I wouldn't do it with freshwater shrimp. That's for sure.
Of course we don't.
Yeah, but saltwater I think is fine. Fresh from the mouth of the Chao Phraya on the Gulf of Thailand. Do they serve pizza? I have no idea. At Hoopers? No, Hooters. You meant?
Maybe no.
No, definitely not. If they did, no one's eating it. Not even Dave. Not even Dave. Dave Portnoy would be like, nah, Prez doesn't want any of that. But yeah, no. I remember this is 20 years ago. I was in Cambodia, and there was a bootleg Hooters in Phnom Penh, and they didn't serve any food, no food at all. It was just a bunch of Cambodian girls in the smallest Hooters outfits they could buy in America that were still way too big for the Cambodian girls, right? And so they're just all walking around in these Hooters outfits, like trying to sell not food. And you want to get a drink, it was just cans of beer is all you could get. And as soon as I realized they didn't have food, I was like, oh, I know what this is. I need to leave. But yeah, all the uniforms, they were getting like size extra small in America. And they were like 5 sizes too big for these girls.
Oh no.
Well, I mean, not to say that the girls were malnourished, but they probably could have used to serve some food at that restaurant. Anyone seen Nate Diaz street fight in New Orleans? Front naked,
Huh?
Wait. When was this? Recently? It wouldn't, like, Nate Diaz wouldn't surprise me if he's street fighting anywhere. I have to Google that after the fact. But yeah, I think, like, as far as, like, restaurants, like global restaurants, like Hooters just has such a strong brand in the restaurant, like, space that you can open it pretty much anywhere. You could even open a bootleg and people will show up. But it was like, in hindsight, right? I had never been in Asia before. In hindsight, it was literally the first floor of a shop house, and I should have known it wasn't legit. And not even like you think of the crappiest shop houses here, and this was in Phnom Penh 20 years ago. So it was a crappy shop house 20 years ago. You can only imagine. Like 7-foot ceiling, like just over 2-meter ceilings, like, yeah, very, very tight place. You see the Pacific Garbage Patch has all this marine creatures on it, usually found on the coast. Wonder if there's garbage patch prawn shrimp. I had heard something about like the marine life in the garbage patch, I guess, is like really unique. So yeah, it makes sense. But yeah, I don't know if I'd be eating the prawn from the garbage patch. Barstool BKK. Should I start my own Barstool BKK and just wait for them to sue me or buy me out? In Hawaii, raw shrimp is a delicacy. We eat a lot of things raw: octopus, fish, shellfish. I was a Hawaiian poke bowl raw fish place today and was disappointed. So poke bowls, is that a Hawaiian thing, Keone? 'Cause I always thought it was like Japanese, and it always seems like a Japanese type of thing. Okay, you say okay. I'll have to Google it because I can't click the link from Joe. Can you send me that on Messenger? Send to me, not to Jib, because I'm the one who will watch it. Can I get a child size Hooters outfit? Sure. Can I get your? Yeah, pretty much is how that would probably go. You know, I guess it depends on the state, right? So certain states maybe don't frown on that as much. Diaz Street Fight. Man, I'm so out of the loop on news. I've been going to Rolling Loud and then back here and like, you know, back in, yeah, like every day. Just been like, it was crazy leading up to the CanX event. Like I was just so busy that it was sort of ridiculous. And, you know, even like the rest of the month, like we've got a client like the end of the month that we've got 4 days with, and that's sort of just gonna like bring us into the end of the year. So yeah, gonna be fun, but gonna be exhausting for sure, especially with the heat. Like the heat right now is just insane. Now the people that are coming, they're in the Philippines, so hopefully they're getting at least a little bit climatized to the climate. Hopefully they're not hanging out with Tony Huge, and because he's in Manila. Jib's favorite expat, Tony Huge.
He's nice.
He's a nice guy.
But something a bit crazy.
Pete just dropped a new interview with Tony, and apparently I talked to Pete. The second part of the interview is the crazy part. The first part was insane, and Pete said, like, that's the normal part. So the second part is going to be crazy. I mean, you know the type of stuff Tony says.
I know.
And, like, his lifestyle is just out of this world, the crazy. It's a school uniform somewhere in Alabama, 100%. Hooters, yeah. Poke is Hawaiian, but it really different than you see here. In Hawaii, poke bowl is basically seasoned raw fish cut into cubes over rice.
Ah.
That sounds like something Jib would eat, for sure. Especially if it was salmon. Oh, but see, like, Pacific salmon you can't eat raw.
Oh.
You can only eat Atlantic salmon raw.
Eh.
Pacific salmon's full of parasites. I think I sent you the video about how, like, the Japanese people didn't eat salmon because it's always infested with parasites. And then the Norwegians were like, hey, we have all this parasite-free salmon. Do you want to eat it? And the Japanese people were like, yeah. You know, it took a little bit of coaxing. It wasn't quite that easy, but you see the impact it's had. The first interview was turning people off to him, it seems, from comments I saw. I didn't look at the comments, but yeah, I think like the first time Tony did the interview on Pete's channel, it blew up. Like I think like 400,000 views or something. Now, if you look at like I feel like there was a lot of like the same questions, just Tony sort of updating on the first interview, like talking about like his desire to have like 10 women live with him and like all these things. And I think like, if you don't know the nuances of Tony, like as a person, it can be a little bit of a grind, his personality and like the how over the top he is. But is like everyone's covering Tony right now, especially because of like Leo dying and everything that went down with that. So, and Tony's YouTube channel being deleted, and you know everything that sort of goes on in that realm. So yeah, this is it's interesting. Gotta say, I hate this word, cringed a few moments myself. Yeah, Tony can be a cringy guy for sure. Here's the video. Which one is this? Is this this is Tony? No, this is a short. Which short is this, Joe? Did I miss what we're getting to here? Well, okay, so Keone, let me ask you this, man. In Hawaii, are the poke bowls, like you said, raw octopus, that's in the poke bowl also? Is it chewy? Because I've had raw octopus before. I always thought it was like, it's like not, it's hard to explain. It's chewy at first, and then it just sort of melts. I think,
Is it raw?
yeah, I've had raw, at least I think I've had raw octopus. Maybe I haven't. I don't know. Maybe it wasn't really raw octopus. Or maybe it was. I'm unsure.
If it's raw, it's like a clear.
Okay, no, it was white, the
White
octopus
is
I
like
had.
cooked.
Okay, then it was cooked. Definitely cooked. So, talk about the next documentary, the robot building that we're diving into. Like I said, Dr. Sumet's wife has been very, very helpful in arranging interviews with other people. Just fantastic. People who worked on the building, people who took part in it in different aspects, whether design, construction, management. So I think like we'll really be going much deeper than the Ghost Tower did. We'll be really diving in. I'm excited to see.
Interview like people who
Yeah.
really like did something at
With
that
it,
building.
yeah. And, you know, using that to weave this narrative, weave this story around the history of the building, its impact on art and architecture, not just in Thailand, but in the world. But then also looking at, you know, the current state with UOB. He was very vocal about his disdain for UOB and what they're doing and the way they're treating his building. And he's done some other interviews that Jib translated, and I would say he went easy in our interview compared to some of the other ones that he did, for sure.
That host is his friend.
Yeah, and they're friends, yeah.
And he well known for like the guy who gonna ask like tough question. Like go straight. And, like,
I'll say one thing for sure with Dr. Sumet is that he's not afraid to be honest. I can say that for certain.
I think with this age, like
Yeah,
he doesn't have to afraid of anyone.
exactly.
No one to burn him.
Yeah, no, and I will say though we talked a bit about my previous documentary, the Ghost Tower video, and
that one is like, it's like, if I didn't hear from him, it's like, maybe that's just a rumor. It's like, and we should not say about it.
I'm just gonna say that he confirmed a lot of
It's in like uncut something that you made
yeah.
later.
No, he didn't say that on video, but
I mean, you can just say it.
I'll say that I won't say what he said, but I'll say that he confirmed some of the things some of the opinions I shared in the piece. He confirmed, and then he added a lot of detail. I'm trying to be diplomatic with the way I say this. He added a lot of detail to the individual in question.
Let's say you won't relate to that building, like not try to interview anyone.
Yeah.
who
That
want
building,
that building.
that's in the past. Like I did that documentary. That one's in the past.
Done.
Yeah, we're moving on. Based on what he told me,
Yeah,
definitely.
done. We done.
But I think I'll do a director's commentary on that and talk about it, and that will be on Patreon for sure.
Wherever that is not gonna
Yeah.
go public.
Yeah. What a wild like the insights he added into it were fantastic. And again, just a guy with zero F's to give about what other people think. He can just share, be honest, and talk about however he feels. But such a great dude. You have to pound the octopus to get it tender. Okay, it's really good. We have both raw and cooked octopus and poke bowls. We also have different seaweeds that have. Oh, really? So are they dried, or how do they taste different? Hakari rotten shark is an Icelandic treat you never forget eating. I've heard of that. It's like rotted and fermented. Is that right? Hi, you two. Really enjoyed the Ghost Tower vid. How many views now? Hey, Toby. About 150K on Ghost Tower at this point. Actually, you can't really have real fresh fish as it's meant to. Meat is too tender. We usually keep the fish in the fridge for about 2 to 3 days so that the meat firms up enough to eat for sashimi or poke. Okay. So we watched a video on this where the guy was dry aging fish for like 10 days at a time. And like 10 age of dry age on fish looks like 60 days of dry age on beef. It really contracts and like loses moisture quick. But he was saying like the flavor intensity was insane. Is anyone dry aging fish here in Bangkok that you know of, babe?
We have dry fish, but not dry age.
Not dry age, yeah. That's interesting.
Like we have pha dat dio ngay, one day dry, like sun dry.
Oh yeah, sun dried
The
fish.
one
yeah.
that like fry from the market.
Yeah,
That one day sun dry.
You call it one day, right? Or
So
like
normally they dry just one day, and they gonna do it in summer, like this hot.
yeah,
Not
maybe
gonna do
half
it in
day.
like the rainy season. Yeah, of course.
yeah.
And now on the Thai social media, people start to share about like, oh, they forget like a bag of shrimp for some hours,
Oh.
and then come back to get it, and it's turned to orange.
Oh really? Because it's so cooked
Yeah.
from the heat. It's interesting. It's the way the relationship with humans and meat and the things that we do to it. I once saw, I think it was called The Meat Show, this guy Nick, and he talked about, the ability to take meat further away from being dead. Like taking it like further from the point of death. Like through dry aging or other processes, and how that makes it a different enjoyable experience for the eater. I always found that really interesting. Are you throwing on Tiger Balm?
Don't bite
So you put Tiger Balm on it?
anything that stop itchy.
Ah, okay. You want some of this tattoo cream?
It's out now.
Ah. How you guys coping with the heat, Mad Hot and Chambry? Yeah, so just not. I was talking earlier, Toby. Like I rode my motorbike the other day to go to some meetings, and it was so hot that while I was riding, my eyes literally dried out. I should have worn my full face helmet. I wore my open face because I'm thinking like, oh, it's so hot. I'm just going a short distance. I'll throw this on. Which, usually I only wear that like if I'm rolling up to see Keone or like someone close by. So to think like oh my God, my eyes are just like insanely dry. They obviously moistened back up as soon as I got to where I was going, but yeah, the heat is no joke. I think we're just staying inside, obviously wearing a hat, covering skin when we're outside. There's like no clouds in the sky, but Jib has to go to the palace. So, and the palace is basically just like a big thermal battery. It's all stone. They just soak up sun all day. So no matter where you go, you're hot in the palace, right?
Yes, like some shade,
Yeah.
like some tree lines, like just but it's short. So
But you still feel the heat radiating out
of
from
course
around
it's
you.
a
Yeah.
concrete floor and a rock floor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So no matter what, at least you're not in like the part of the palace that tourists go to because all the reflective surfaces and all the stone there. I remember being there midday one time and walking past one of the buildings in there that's covered in like reflective glass, I guess, or reflective stone, and I could just feel the heat radiating off it.
Maybe
Like,
it's marble.
yeah, there's marble, but it's got like reflective, like little color reflective
It's like
bits on it.
the way they decorate outside with the color.
But it was just the way the sun was hitting it,
Yeah.
and it was midday, and it was just like, oh, like I walked past it, like I could pass out easily pass out. We always use fresh seaweed, no dried ones. Oh, interesting. Hard to describe the taste though. Some seaweed in Hawaii are fragrant, and really, that's interesting. Fresh seaweed, not dried.
Because they're next to the ocean.
Yeah, Joe says you look tired, babe. Yeah, Jib was up. What time you wake up today? 5? You wake up at 5 today?
5:30.
I think we probably will wrap it up early because I think you probably want to go to bed early. Yeah, we'll go for like maybe 10 more minutes. You okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. Electricity bill is going from 27 to 5,000 AC. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right before the hot season, I was sleeping without aircon every night, and I felt great. There's no way I could do that now. Especially because Jib put white sheets on the bed. I can't be sweating on those. They would turn yellow like one night.
No matter, you're gonna sweat.
Yeah, but I don't, with the aircon, we keep the aircon low at night in the bedroom because if it gets too cold, I think I talked about this with you guys before. I was having a lot of problem where I would cramp really bad. And again, like my electrolytes being out of whack and then the cold, I would get cramps at night. And that was just the worst for me. And sleeping without the aircon, I never cramped. But and I don't sweat at night when I sleep like that. But in the morning, if I sleep past sunrise, I wake up a sweaty mess. It's just insane.
Yeah, because of the sun.
Yeah.
Make your room hot.
Yeah. But you wake up feeling good, though, when you're warm. That's the difference. Like, your body feels, like, limber and good. But you're sweaty and sticky. Disgusting.
Don't wake up late.
Filthy mess.
Don't wake up late.
I should not. But I think with that, I think we're going to wrap it up, guys. You know, I know Jib is exhausted. She was up at 5, had rehearsal at 7. You know, in the palace all day, struggling with the heat. So I want to thank you guys for rocking with us, especially with this evening Bangkok time live stream. I know it's not typical. We'll be back to the Saturday evening or Sunday morning our time when we come back next week. So actually, no, we won't have live stream next week because we'll have our guests in town.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, no live stream next week.
Or
Following,
nighttime or
they leave on Sunday.
maybe we don't even make it
Yeah.
back on time.
Let's see what happens. We'll look at the schedule. Anyway, guys, thank you for rocking with us. As always, we appreciate it a great deal. More shorts will be dropping over the next week. Let me know what you guys think, and we continue to work on the robot building documentary.